These one-pan baked meatballs with mashed potatoes and cheese make dinner so simple. It is such a delicious meatball recipe with zero cleanup. To make this meatball recipe, let's make the disposable foil pans. Just grab some aluminum foil, cut it a square, and put a bowl upside down in the middle. Fold the edges up around the bowl as you see me doing in the video here. These little foil bowls will hold the meatballs in one place, making dinner super simple. Then just carefully slide it off the bowl, like that. When you are done eating, just toss the foil for easy cleanup later. Next, cut 4 potatoes into small chunks. I like to cut each potato in half, then cut those halves in half again, and finally chop them into smaller pieces. This helps them cook faster and makes them easier to mash later. The pieces don't need to be perfectly even, just small enough to boil quickly. Put the potato chunks into a medium saucepan with some cold water. Turn the heat to medium-high and let the potatoes cook for about 15 minutes until they get nice and soft enough so we can mash them easily. Using a potato masher or a fork, mash the potatoes until they are smooth and creamy. You want to get rid of most lumps, but don't overwork them or they can get gluey. Now, sprinkle a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper over your potatoes. Drop in 2 tablespoons of butter. Then, add a tablespoon of fresh parsley for some nice color and flavor. Mix it all together until that butter completely melts and your potatoes look smooth and creamy. Now, scoop the mashed potatoes into the foil pans we made earlier. Divide them evenly between the 3 foil pans and use the back of your spoon or spatula to spread the mashed potato into an even layer. They will form a nice soft bed for our meatballs to sit on. In a small mixing bowl, add 3 tablespoons of tomato sauce. Then add 1 teaspoon of dried basil and add a tablespoon of olive oil and give all the ingredients a quick mix. Then, spread the tomato mixture evenly over the mashed potatoes in each foil pan. Next, grate 1 onion using the medium or small holes on your grater. We will add this to the ground beef in just a minute. Then, add 700 grams of ground beef into a mixing bowl, and then add the grated onion to the ground beef. Then add 1 teaspoon of salt and a bit of black pepper. And I also like to add 1 teaspoon of paprika powder and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder and 3 tablespoons of breadcrumbs, and then add 1 egg. I like to use my hands to mix everything together. Nothing combines ingredients better than your fingers. You can feel when everything is properly mixed. Next, take portions of the meat mixture and roll them between your palms to form meatballs. I usually make them about the size of a golf ball. Not too big, not too small, as I try to make them big enough so I can cover the foil pan. Place the meatballs directly onto the tomato top potato layer in your foil pan, arranging them so they sit snugly together, not squeezed or not too far apart. Bake the meatballs in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes until the meatballs turn golden brown on the outside while staying juicy inside. Remove the meatballs from the oven, then sprinkle some shredded cheese on top and pop it back in the oven for about 5 minutes until the cheese is melted. Watch for that cheese to get all bubbly and start turning a little brown on top. I usually eat mine right from the foil because it is easier, but my husband wants it on the plate as he says we are not camping. Whatever way you choose, the meatballs taste just as good with gooey cheese on top and soft potatoes underneath. If you enjoyed this recipe, check out also my other favorite meatball recipe here. It uses no breadcrumbs, so it's completely low carb. I will also show you a clever trick on how you can always keep the meatballs really juicy inside. Check it out now.